So who has a question? Let's start with someone from the audience. Anyone? Anyone? Okay, then I'll go.
Okay.
How did you get Elvis Choi in the movie?
One of the producers is a good friend of mine, and I've been a fan of Elvis Choi. I've been a fan of Elvis Choi from Viva Erotica and actually Sex and Zen too. So I was away and we went to Beijing. We did a lot of casting in Beijing, and I met him. And he's very different. He's more like this in real life than in his other films. He's a gentle giant. He's also a calligrapher, almost, and I like that. I need somebody who is soft.
Was he worried about playing the part of an alcoholic girlfriend beater?
No, I'm using his other films. This is tame. We did actually have one scene where we took his pants off and he laughed. He didn't make the cut.
Anyone? Anyone? Oh, all the way in the back.
Yeah, can you talk about the cinematographer? It's very nice. The color is very nice, but it's like in the night, it's very contrasty, but also the office is very bright. I did on purpose, like very contrasty. The night is like very bright, and also like the one scene at the museum is kind of washed out. I did on purpose?
Of course. No, we did a DI, so there was some color correction at the end. To be honest, we had like one bad lens, and we had bad. In Hong Kong now with the pollution, it's quite difficult to film during the day because you get this hazy light that comes in, and there's no detail. If you can't even color correct the sky, so that causes a lot of trouble. So there are some bits which could be smoothed out. But,
Actually, can you talk a little about the cinematography? Because it's a gorgeous looking movie, and it must have been hell to get this look. So can you talk a little about?
Yeah, I mean, I suppose I'm a big fan of color, so I'm a little. It's one thing I pay attention to. So we used like a lot of purples and blues. I wanted a cool sort of feel to it. I mean, being able to do a DI color correction at the end is a big help.
What's DI?
You shoot it. You shot it on 35, and then you scan it in, and then after you sort of work with it in a digital environment, then you output it to film.
Thank you.
And they do a lot of it in Asia, and in Bangkok they're very good. And because I'm so anal about color, it was one thing right from the beginning we started with, making sure, and then working with the cinematographer in setting the colors and so forth.
I saw someone over there. Was that wrong? No? Yes. Why not?
I'm still staying with the color idea, though. What's interesting is that usually for a movie that's got this subject, it would be handheld, really gritty looking, and you went in with a very specific kind of aesthetic, very beautiful look. Is there a reason why you wanted to have that look for this film as opposed to
Yeah, no. I mean, when we started, I didn't want a squalid, and I couldn't really do that side of Hong Kong, like a Mongkok prostitute stories, is not my type of thing. And I like the idea of having this sort of beautiful surface, and then underneath something dark going underneath. It was something I wanted to play with. Yeah, I mean, it was important that it had this sort of sheen, this sort of, maybe a little shallow superficially, but it looks, and something visually which works, and then you can sort of tell the dark stuff underneath that, rather than just visually having it sort of dark.